Hi, hope you had a great day. You're watching JG Entertainment, and for this video, I'm gonna give you my non-spoiler review for the Baymax Show, the Disney Plus show that just came out last week. So I'm gonna give you my non-spoiler review, and I'm gonna tell you whether it's worth checking out or not for you. So yeah, I think it's a very interesting thing. It's a very interesting topic. I've even seen some controversy on it and everything. So yeah, I'm covering all those points to tell you whether it's worth watching and whether I think you're going to like it or not. So yeah, let's get started. So first of all, I'm gonna give you the rundown of the show real quick, just like information about it. So yeah, the show is 6 episodes long on Disney Plus. You can watch on Disney Plus, and each one is around 10 minutes each. So, like I said. So 6 episodes, 10 minutes each, super short show. Probably gonna take around an hour to finish as a whole. So yeah, that's not a lot of time. And it basically is just Baymax helping different members of the community by his medical side instead of his superhero side, like we saw in Big Hero 6. Nope, this is by his medical side. And just helping different members of his community. So yeah, that's basically what the show is. That's a basic summary, that's a basic premise, and that's the basic information of the show. So yeah, now I'm going to the actual review. And the best way to describe this show, if I have to describe it in one word, is charming. I think the show is really, really charming. I think the show really does a really good job of capturing the charm from the Big Hero 6 movie that the Big Hero 6 movie was able to capture from the Baymax character. You know, I think the Big Hero 6 movie made Baymax a very adorable kind of person, robot, and I think that this show was very, very much able to capture that adorableness, which I really, really love. The way Baymax helps the people and even an animal is very charming and adorable. Not just by the design of Baymax, which of course by itself is adorable. He's like really kind of like squishy marshmallow, which I think is really funny. But also just by his actions, the way that he helps these people is a really adorable and charming way that he helps his people, and I really, really do love that. Beyond that, the struggle that each one of the persons or even animal that Baymax decides to help is deeper than I personally expected for the show to go to in each episode, which especially with the runtime for each episode being 10 minutes long, the fact that they were able to do this much for 10 minutes is actually really crazy. I'm like, whoa, they really did develop these characters enough, like very nicely for these 10 minutes, and I really like that it went a lot deeper than I expected to. That was gonna be like, okay, this is like a huge show, I guess, but no, I think it went like a lot deeper. I was like, whoa, this actually made me feel a lot for the show. I really like that. So yeah, I really was like, whoa, there's a huge W for that. Like really enjoyed the deeper side of the story. The show does deal with things such as periods, LGBT representation, and even death. However, all these things, in my opinion, are handled with amazing care. I know there's been a lot of controversy over the LGBT representation in this show, because I know a lot of people have been freaking out over how LGBT representation is being handled in Disney movies in general, especially with the recent Lion movie, which caused a huge controversy. But I can assure you that the LGBT representation in this show was, in my opinion, very nice handled. Like I said, I don't think that they tried to show it in your face or anything, but I also do think that they handled it in a very charming way. And I think they handled it probably in a way that they would have handled any other relationship that there was going to be, or any other kind of like straight relationship that they would have been. So yeah, I don't think that there was something special. I do think that the representation was handled very well, and I'm very glad that Disney's kind of pushing towards more representation instead of just having like, oh no, we can't represent people. No, I like that they were actually moving into representation. Besides the fact that they just got backlash for Lightyear, I like that that's not letting them stop them. So yeah, I really like that. However, each one is available to make the decision whether they want to see that or not on their screen. So just letting you know out there. Now, I was especially impressed with the way that the show handled periods and how it affects a young girl's life. Like really great props to the writer for that one. I think they really handled that topic really well, especially since this can be a topic that people are very uncomfortable to talk about and everything. I think the way that they handled it is very well done, and I really hope that most little girls that are very starting to get to that point in their life can see this episode, because this episode is really nice and it enriches into that. So yeah, honestly, I was very moved by the episode. I was like, oh, this is awesome. Baymax, you're awesome. I mean, I really think that the way that whole concept and topic was handled was done with a massive respect, and I really loved it. Now, beyond that, the show gets very creative with the episodes, mixing certain genres into the show. For example, there was like one where like there was kind of horror vibes, but obviously made for kids. But I thought that was really interesting and impressive. I was like, oh my god, there's some horror vibes in this Baymax show. How is that even possible? You know what I mean? So yeah, I think that's really awesome. They've really mixed a lot of genres into this show, which I really like. The creativity also comes from the cleverness of the script, not just like the different genres, but the cleverness of the script, which has certain things in the show, such as a camera, an AirPod, and even a cooking soup spoon. And all these things were used in a very clever way in these different episodes. And I thought that they really worked to enhance the message of each episode, which is really great, and really, just like I said, touches into a deeper tone of this kind of show that this show kind of touches on for each person. And I really like that. It really makes each episode feel more personal to the person that Baymax is helping, and I absolutely love that. And like I said, how a cooking soup spoon, an AirPod, and a camera, like come on, those are like really random things, and the way that they actually cleverly use these to land the theme and the messages of the episode is really impressive. So yeah, everything from the script side, I thought it really worked. The cleverness was my favorite thing about the script, like the way that they mix genres and the way they use all these items was really awesome. Apart from that, the show also represents all ages from the community, from kids to adults to midlife changes to things with old age and even animals of the community. So yeah, all along the way, I think this kind of help that Baymax is offering to the community really feels like a full representation of a community. And not just that, but it comes from different cultures and ethnicities, and it really feels like everyone in the community is represented. Like I said, there's also LGBT representation. So yeah, I do think that everybody in the community really is represented in this show. I really like that. Like I said, ethnicities, races, all that type of stuff is represented in this place, as well as all ages and even an animal. So literally, you really do feel like this is a community thing, and I really like that feel about it. I really thought it was really awesome, and it worked really, really well. And another huge plus on my part is that one of my worst complaints is how the animation usually looks way worse than Disney Plus. I've seen with projects like Diary of the Wimpy Kid, like the movie that they released last year in December, where the animation looked really bad, like it looked really budgeted. And Ice Age Adventures of Buck Wild, which the animation also looked terrible compared to like the movies. I thought it looked like really like, no, it did not work. Like some things were really good, but like most of the things were really bad. So yeah, the animation there, like the quality was super bad. But here, I think this show honestly maintains the same quality as the Big Hero 6 movie, which is awesome. I think the fact that they were able to maintain this quality is incredible. So I really like that they gave the show the budget to continue the quality, which I really love. So yeah, that's great. And the show really does look gorgeous sometimes. Like sometimes the animation, I'm like, mwah, beautiful shot, that looks awesome. So yeah, really love that. So overall, this show of 6 shorts following Baymax helping across the community over deliver what at first glance feels like a lame plot, especially when you can just continue the superhero side of it. At least that's what I thought whenever I first saw this show. I was like, this is pretty lame. They could have just done like something else with the superhero side of Baymax. I think that would have been pretty cool, and with the whole team instead of just doing this solo show for Baymax. But no, overall, I really over delivered. I was like, whoa, this is actually really good. Really glad I watched it, and I 100% recommend it to everyone to watch it. And at most, it would take an hour of your time. So honestly, it's like super short. Maybe you can watch like one episode each morning. It's like 10 minutes each. So honestly, it's like super short, and it's just a really charming way to start your day or end your day or whatever you want to do with it. It's really charming. Whenever you watch it, it's just gonna put a smile on your face, which is what everybody wants. You know what I mean? Still, with that, I want to remind parents that perhaps any parents that are watching this video, perhaps I still want to remind them that the show does touch and in some cases extensively of periods, LGBT couples, and death. So I just want to just say that there that maybe you should be ready for some questions after whenever they watch the show. Maybe there might be some questions that kind of come up. I don't really know, but I'm just saying, be a caution that doesn't really touch them that much, but there is like a little bit of mention of it, so that one is kind of okay. But LGBT representation and periods specifically, they are touched on a lot, so I'm just giving you a warning there. Maybe be ready for some questions after you see the show. But beyond that, like I mentioned earlier, the show handles these topics impressively well, full of respect, and adds a lot of depth to the show with these topics being touched. So yeah, I did really like it the way that everything was handled. So yeah, there's nothing to worry about that. And overall, like I said, the show is definitely 100% recommend for me. So yeah, tell me what you thought about the show if you had already seen it down in the comments, or tell me we can check it out. I'm very curious to know down in the comments. As well as just leave a like if you enjoyed this video. It will be very helpful. So please leave a like and subscribe for a lot more content. It will be very helpful. So please subscribe for a lot more content, and I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. I'm gonna make another video on this Baymax show, but a spoiler review kind of. So yeah, it's gonna be an episode rank video. So yeah, if you watch the show and you enjoyed it, then definitely make sure to subscribe for that. Then you're definitely gonna get that video. And yeah, that'll be it for this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day. And this is JV Entertainment out.